Dylan, Jefferson High's varsity cheerleaders were aiming for their second state title this past weekend, but placed third in the 3A state championship. Last week, I spoke with coaches Addison Smith, Ginger Kelly, and Cassidy Turner to learn how they were preparing for the competition.
Thanks, Alicia. Get ready for tomorrow night as the Clark Central Gladiators will host the Alcovy Tigers here at Billy Henderson Stadium for their homecoming game and senior night.
Welcome back to the studio. The Georgia Bulldogs put on an offensive clinic this weekend against Mississippi State, racking up over 600 yards in their 41-31 victory. Let's break down this performance with our analysts. Ellie, what stood out to you the most about Georgia's attack? After two runner-up finishes in 19 and 20, Jefferson's cheerleaders were eyeing a state title again in 2024. Even with their third-place finish, the team and their brand-new coaching staff are showing promise as they finish first in Region 8. They took the mat for the last time on Saturday at the Macon Coliseum. Back to you, Dylan. It was the Carson Beck show, no doubt. The quarterback had a career day, throwing for almost 460 yards and spreading the ball around to 11 different receivers. This offense is multifaceted and explosive. When Beck is on point like this, they're incredibly difficult to stop.
Right now, Clark Central has a dominant 6-2 record and they're undefeated in region matchups. This will have huge playoff implications as they currently lead Region 8 5A. Their offense has been electric this season, largely thanks to Hezekiah Millender. He's recorded 1,069 rushing yards and 13 touchdowns this season.
It's going to be a battle of titans. For Georgia, it's all about consistency. They need another strong performance from Beck, and the defense needs to limit those big plays. If they can do that, they have a great chance to come out on top.
However, they're facing off against a 2-6 Alcovy who's looking to add one more victory under their belt before the end of their season.
Credit to Mississippi State for not giving up. They made some big plays, especially in the second half, and their young quarterback, Michael Van Buren Jr., showed some real promise. But ultimately, they couldn't match Georgia's firepower.
Reporting from Clark Central High School for the Carmichael Sports Media Institute, I'm Mackenzie Rodriguez. Back to you in the studio.
Okay, coaches, what are the biggest things you've been doing to prepare this team for state championships this season?
So what we've done so far is just really go over exactly what is in our routine and break down each element. Some of the main things are stunting and tumbling. If you're familiar with cheerleading, you know repetition is key when it comes to stunts. And then tumbling, we faced a couple injuries here lately, so we've just had to be really persistent with all of our tumbling and stunting.
And we try to really make them count all the time. Try to say their counts, like to say dip counts, and we like to do burpees and bridge crawls and bear crawls if they're not doing that.
And just really work on execution, so like them being super tight and them knowing their counts, like she said, really plays a big part in their score. So.
With new leadership, what do you think have been the biggest differences or changes you've seen over the team or through the team over the course of this season so far?
So I was not familiar with Jefferson cheerleading before I came here, so I can't speak on what they've done in the past. But one of the things that I have admired about this team is just how close-knit they are. When we come to practice, sometimes it can be aggravating as coaches, but the bond that all these girls share with laughing and just having a good time together is something that I find really special for this team.
And I think they really love each other, and I think they trust us. I don't know that they trusted the process or trusted us in the beginning, but I think they've really kind of turned the corner and they trust what we're telling them and they believe that we're in it for the right reasons and we're doing the right thing.
And kind of bouncing off of what they said, they are so close that they play around, but as soon as we tell them, hey, let's get it together, let's start working, they'll snap right out of it. And I think that shows a lot about leadership. They want to be here, they want to work hard.
And just last piece of advice, what do you think is the biggest takeaway that they should keep in mind before they perform this weekend?
I would say the biggest takeaway is just to see how far they've come this season and how they've grown individually and as a team, whether that's through their tumbling, stunting, or just in general. And then the biggest thing for this weekend is just to go out there and give it their all. They've worked so hard this season, and I want to see it for them to have a good outcome in this weekend.
Yeah, and they need to remember the details, the small details, the small counts, the little things that judges are looking for. The judges aren't really necessarily looking at the overall picture, they're looking at the small, finite details that we've really been focusing on, and to go out and have a party and just have so much fun on the floor.
I think also just go out there and have fun. You know, give it your 110%. Don't leave anything off the floor and just work your hardest because we've worked all season for this point. Just go out there and give it your all and have fun.
Thank you, coaches.
Thank you.